So I want to go ahead and show off this patent today and talk about this patent because this patent is kind of interesting to me. So starting off right away, this was posted by Gus33000 on Twitter, and he was referring to these two-part pictures of the patent, and he says, something from the past, instruction book, coloring book, painting for dual-screen devices. This patent depicts a dual-screen application for painting with collaborative features and extensive use of postures. So obviously, yes, he's going ahead and referring to this picture and this picture right here, the patent, where it is clearly coloring like a color book pretty much. You have just a basic coloring technique. It says dual paint here, and it says on this side. So both sides are technically painting. And then, of course, you have two people who are sitting down with one side being painting and the other side being painting too. And they can paint together if they would like to. That interests me a lot. The reason why is because this patent right here clearly represents what the Surface Duo 1 and 2 looks like. Now, it more or less represents the 2. Because look at the actual bezels. The Duo 1, the bezels were not this thin. So that's something to take in consideration, that this is more or less what the 2 would be. But here's what's interesting about this. This patent was actually first thought of, or it says priority to, in 6/29 of 2020. So obviously that was 2 months before the Surface Duo 1 came out. But this patent was not filed by Microsoft until February of this year. So this was filed by Microsoft in February of this year and assigned to them in February of this year. And then it became public in June 2nd of this year. So what is happening here? Well, first off, this this looks like, in all honesty, is the idea of the Surface Neo. That's what it looks like. It looks like a computer type device. Looks honestly like a laptop that has two screens, one on either side, that you can fold 360 degrees based on this hinge. And of course, you can close or open at any time and can use it in the orientation just like we can the Surface Duo 1 and the Surface Duo 2. Now, this phone does, I say phone, but this device does not have any cameras on it either. So it is strictly just two pieces of glass, no cameras on the front and no cameras on the back. So this is just a simple two pieces of glass put together by a hinge, and that is it. And of course, you can see right here, bam, it does go ahead and go 360 degrees. So, and if we go through here, you can see they are showing a lot of painting, dual painting techniques on this device. So pretty much the idea of this concept was this could be more or less, like he said, a coloring book. Because that's really what it looks like at the end of the day. This patent is really focused on that. Now, taking a look what this patent actually reads, here is what it actually says. This is a dual screen computing device, includes two separate displays that are coupled to an interconnecting hinge. A hinge detector detects movement or position of the hinge, and the positions of the displays may be determined based on the hinge movement or position. The positions of the displays relative to each other may be used to determine which mode of operation the dual screen computing device is operating. Obviously, tent mode, open, close, extra. Additionally, those dual screen computing device may include various sensors that detect different environments, orientations, locations, and a device-specific information. Applications are configured to operate differently based on the modes of operation. And optionally, the sensor data detected by the sensor. So, what this looks like to me, right, is the Surface Neo. This looks like what would have been the Surface Neo if it was not canceled / pushback / delayed / we don't think we're going to get it. Let's be honest. And this is what I really feel like Microsoft needs to do. Because, let's be honest, Samsung right now is coming out with a foldable laptop of some kind. They have shown it off on their tech events. They have showed it off at different tech events. And honestly, it's really freaking dope. They're using the foldable screen technology that they're using with the Z Fold 4 and the Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 4 and Z Flip 3, except because it's bigger and it's a lot more space, it's a lot more durable than it would be on those two devices. And they're going to bring us a foldable laptop. This would be a cool concept / idea for Microsoft to do the same exact concept, but with Windows 11 and bring it in this type of device, which again, very much represents the Surface Neo, right? Because of the size. I would love to see that. And again, I know, you might say, what's the point? So you're going to have one screen be the actual computer and the other screen be the keyboard? No, it's the same concept as the Surface Duo or the Surface Duo 1 or 2. Now, obviously, the biggest drawbacks would be operating system, right? So if they do run, obviously, and they can't run Android on it. They do run Android, that's going to be an absolute flop. So they would have to run Windows 11. And this is where I would love to see this. Dual booting operating systems. Android and Windows. I've said this many, many times. I would love to see this on the Surface Duo 1 and 2. But clearly that's not going to happen, okay? I'm not going to hold my breath on that one anymore. So, do it on this type of device. Call it the Surface Neo, whatever you want to call it. Just bring this type of device to real life. I think a lot of people would be interested in this type of device, especially with how thin this device actually is. If you look at how thin this actual device is, you compare that to, like, for example, say an iPad, compare that to most laptops out on the market nowadays. This is so much thinner than any of those devices. You put this on the market with how thin this is, you're gonna get business professionals absolutely crazy. You're also gonna get a lot of tech enthusiasts going absolutely crazy for this device. This is gonna be a very, very popular device. And yes, they do, of course, have they have the Surface Go laptops. They have the all-in-one laptops. This would get a lot of attention very, very quickly. So I would love to see Microsoft do something like this. Again, most likely they will not. It's just with how Microsoft is right now, we're still kind of skeptical if we're going to get Surface Duo 3. I would say yes, but then Android 12L has had issues and problems. And then, of course, it's a whole entire mess right now. So I would love to see it, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I just want to make this video today. It's kind of talking to you guys about this because it interests me. Even though, yes, it might never happen and this might just be a pipe dream in all honesty, it definitely still does interest me if they could do something like this or something like this concept. We already know Surface Duo 1 and 2 can run Windows 11. Gus 33000 has already proven that. Now give us an actual laptop type device that can do the same concept, be very skinny and small, and be a very beautiful device. I would personally love to see that. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.